Welcome back, True Seeker. Just put out a short video on the 16 in Team USA winning their first medal in men's hockey in 16 years. And this time they win gold. Of course, we know gold is the 16 thing, like how the 49ers, named after the Gold Rush, won their first Super Bowl on the anniversary of the Gold Rush beginning in Super Bowl 16 with number 16, Joe Montana. And of course, the 49ers just hosted the Super Bowl, and it was a 16-point game. And that game was set in week 16, as we talked about many times before the game was played. But let's talk about the other elements here, like how Team USA's won their first gold since 46 years ago to the day in 1980. And how this ritual is clearly synced up with Donald Trump, the golden man, with his golden Mar-a-Lago property, who's going to turn 80 very shortly. Mar-a-Lago just happens to be on the 80th meridian. Again, first gold medal for Team USA since 1980. And wait until you get a load of who scored the winning goal today. What a script. And again, for those of you guys who aren't capitalizing on this rigging, you got to start listening. You got to start paying attention. You know, a guy last night was begging for who the winner was going to be between Canada and USA, who claims to be a better decoder. He's claiming that he's Neo. This wasn't even a hard pick. 16 years, that's all you needed to know. Amateur decoders, get out of the way. And again, it was easy to see this Canada-US matchup coming a million miles away, which we saw because the championship was set on the anniversary of Four Nations Face-Off, which was played a year ago to the day between Canada and Team USA. So let's go through this, and then we're going to start our Patreon live stream for the rigged games today, college and NBA, at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, which is in 20 minutes, 12:30 Eastern. If you're not on Patreon, you're missing out. We swept the NBA yesterday, torched college basketball again, posted nothing but winning days since the Super Bowl. And for all the haters out there, yes, if you took my advice, you had a winning Super Bowl too, haters. Shut up. All right, let's go through it. Again, last gold medal for Team USA on this very day in 1980 when they beat Russia in the Miracle on Ice. You know, it was a script. We've covered the Miracle on Ice, but let's cover today. The U.S. team improved to 3-8 in gold medal games on 70-date numerology, winning their first gold medal in 16 years. Again, if you're new here, gematria, the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. Very simple, based on the alphabetic order forwards and backwards with numerology. The only gold value that's not up there is 20, and I should go back and look and see what happened in the Olympics 20 years ago. Maybe there is a parallel. But yes, Team USA became 3-8 in the gold medal game on 70-date numerology, winning their first medal in 16 years. It's all synced with Trump, who we'll get to. Remember, in 2016, when Trump won the rigged selection, he was 70 years old. And remember where he announced he was running for the election? From his golden Trump Tower. And Trump declared the golden era, and we'll get to that because here we are in Trump's golden era. Last year in March Madness, it was an easy call for why Todd Golden would win the championship on 4-7, which he did. Congrats to the winners. So, yeah, Mar-a-Lago. You know, Mar-a-Lago's in the news at the same time we win. As the game was going to overtime, the breaking news was a man had just been shot at Mar-a-Lago. So these things are breaking at the same time. Overtime, Mar-a-Lago shooting, Mar-a-Lago, the golden palace of the chump. But yes, let's look at how perfect this all is. We'll start with who scored the game-winning goal today. His name is Jack Roden Hughes, born on May 14th. That's Israel's birthday, and we'll get to the Israel piece here because there is a joke with the golden calf. But May 14th is the 134th day of the year, and I was just, again, talking about for the nth time how when the 49ers won Super Bowl 16 on the anniversary of the Gold Rush, it was literally the 134th anniversary of the Gold Rush, and when you spell out 49ers, it equals 134, like Vesica Pisces, which is the shape of the football in sacred geometry. So now this time, the first medal in 16 years, and it's gold, and the winning goal scored by a guy born on the 134th day of the year, synced up with Mr. Make America Great Again. There's a lot of 134s connected to Trump over the years. I wrote a book about this. All of you who haven't read it, you missed out because you had this knowledge in your pocket. You would have been patting your pockets for over a decade. But yeah, Jack Roden Hughes. And let's go through the rest of Jack Roden Hughes, born on the 134th day of the year. His name equals 80. Oh, 80. Like Mar-a-Lago's on the 80th meridian, like Team USA won gold on this day in 1980, 46 years ago. And this is all synced with Trump's upcoming 80th birthday. Don't forget, they just sacrificed Ronald Reagan's adopted son, Michael Reagan, at age 80 to start the year. If you missed that, you should go back and check it out. And are the coordinates of Mar-a-Lago telling us that something bigger is coming with Trump this year? 26th parallel north, we're in 2026, the 80th meridian west. If you drop his middle name, Jack Hughes equals 51. Trump's been making all the comments about turning Canada into the 51st state. Canada just fell to 5-1 in the tournament. I have a typo up there. I forget. God, what was the 5-1 thing they just did with the women's game? Was it advancing to the championship? I know they just had a big 5-1 ritual. The women's team, too, who also won gold over Canada with the same score in overtime. But yeah, let's also look at this. Do you remember the Mar-a-Lago raid on 8-8? Of course, Trump equals 88, like the Republican Party, like Turning Point USA, like Charlie Kirk dead 88 days after Trump's birthday, and then Erica Kirk born in 88, who won the Trump beauty pageant, who went up to that school in Colorado, the Jesuit school next to the shooting at Evergreen High School, where the South Park creator graduated from that high school in 88. Do you remember what I'm talking about? How the day Charlie Kirk died, there was a shooting at the Colorado high school where Trey Parker went, who just put out the cartoon about Charlie Kirk. Anyway, all of these things are one of a million 88 rituals with Trump, including him putting up the 88-foot tall flag poles at the White House this year, including the Pope dying at 88 on the 312th day of Trump's age after he got 312 electoral college votes. And then we get a Pope from the 312 Chicago. George Washington also equals 88. Today's George Washington's birthday. In light of America winning on Washington's birthday, right after Washington State won the Super Bowl in the 49ers Stadium, 88 days after the Superior General's birthday, where we loved A.J. Barner to score 88 days after the Superior General's birthday, number 88. Anyway, look at this. From the Mar-a-Lago raid to today's news at Mar-a-Lago, 185 weeks on the nose, span of 185 weeks. From Trump's birthday, or from today to Trump's upcoming birthday, 112 days. These numbers come together quite a bit, you guys. You see how in Gematria, mathematics equals 112, 185, and 68? Just like Catholicism. Again, we're on the Catholic Church's calendar. Again, this is how, when I first started this research, I thought it was small hats running the world. But then greater study made me go, well, wait a minute. The Catholic Church implemented the calendar, is responsible for the language. They got this knowledge of Kabbalah in the time of the Crusades. The Jesuits have carried on the Templar tradition. We're on a calendar created by a Jesuit priest. That's how the logic and the actual research, which was greater than anyone. Again, you guys can say it's arrogant all you want, but let's be honest. Bill Cooper, these names are out there. Jordan Maxwell, they did great work. Was it as good as yours truly? Not even close. I mean, it's not even close, you guys. Did they ever connect dots like this? Not even close. They never put anything together this concrete. It's not even close. Jordan Maxwell's on the record saying he can't get people interested in the truth because he doesn't know how to connect it to the world of entertainment and sports. We've done that in spades. Hold on, I gotta get my daughter in here. She wants to come acknowledge. Hey, sweetie pie. What do you got for me? What do you got? Some imaginary dust. Thank you so much. Look at this, you guys. Donald John Trump, right? 185 and 68. The Jesuit stooge installed by the numbers. Mar-a-Lago, 68. How many times have we seen Mar-a-Lago rituals with 68? Championship, 68. You know, we can add to the list. CIA, 68. 1968, the year of years that everything went into motion. Also, just about this ritualism. Remember, a year ago, Canada beat USA 3-2. And of course, America equals 32, and 7-4-1776 has 32 date numerology. I just want you to think about this deeper symbolism about a man being dead at Mar-a-Lago as we win gold. Again, Mar-a-Lago, the Golden Palace for the Golden Man with all these gold rituals. Again, it goes on the back of Florida's coach, Todd Golden, winning the championship on 4-7, one of the easiest calls ever with March Madness. But just think about this right here. Exodus 32. Remember, America equals 32. 32 sun rays on the Jesuit Order's logo, which is the sun, which in alchemy, the sun is gold. This ritual comes on a Sunday. In Exodus 32, around 3,000 Israelites are killed by the tribe of Levi. Does that remind you about how we just had the Super Bowl in Levi's Stadium in the team named after the Gold Rush? Not to mention Seattle, Washington equals 68. Not to mention last week, Daytona 500 was the 68th. We crushed it. 45 and 47 came in first and second place. My first caller from my community had Tyler Reddick, number 45, to win. I liked his decode a lot. The sponsorship on Reddick's car equaled 215 and 46. He was part of that Jordan team racing, just like Greg Biffle, number 16, who died right before NFL Week 16 got underway when the Seahawks had the first ever comeback in the fourth quarter, down 16 or more to win the game. And that was the same day Trump declared the Patriot games for Charlie Kirk. It was all set in Week 16. Seahawks go on to beat the 49ers, or not the 49ers, but the Patriots in the 49ers stadium, in Levi's Stadium. Again, just how all these things are connected. But yes, Seattle, Washington, 68, 68 Daytona 500, all one big script. Let's not forget the Apprentice equals 68 either. But yeah, think about this. Israelites killed in Exodus 32 by the tribe of Levi. The guy who scored the winning goal today, his birthday is May 14th. Isn't that Israel's birthday? It's also Mark Zuckerberg's, who was front and center today. If you missed my work on Mark Zuckerberg and his trial in LA over social media addiction, and if they did it on purpose, you should go check that out too. But yeah, his birthday is Israel's birthday. Isn't that interesting how they put all this together? The synagogue of Satan. Satan equals 80. Remember Ronald Reagan's son dead at 80 to start the year. Ronald Reagan born on 2/6. His son dead in the year 26. It kicks off. Used to live at address 666. Trump runs on Mega, the highest degree of the Church of Satan. Obama told us on the 45th birthday of the Church of Satan, 45 days before Trump's birthday, at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, that Trump would be number 45, only to get chosen on the anniversary of the fall of the wall, when Berlin Wall equals 45. But yeah, notice Levi's Stadium holds 70,000 people, like Gold 79. And if you don't know, Levi's Stadium was built by Magnus and Klemenkic Associates out of Seattle. But yeah, George Washington, he's associated with gold coinage. It's his birthday today. Again, Trump is 79. Notice that from Trump's birthday to today is 253 days, which is the 22nd triangular number. And again, he's 79, like gold's the 79th element on the periodic table. Silver's also the 47th element. Gold and silver are through the roof, while Trump's age 79. Again, this shows you how rigged the game is, from the game that we're talking about today to the markets to all of it. Just learn the numbers, you guys. The people that rig the game, they're invested in the numbers because they're invested in Kabbalah, where numbers are super important. They're also into Pythagoras, who said all is number, and Pythagoras was into numerology and this practice of coding numbers into words, which the Greeks called isopsephy. But yeah, 253 days after Trump's birthday, 22nd triangular number. Trump's 79, 22nd prime. AU, the abbreviation for gold, 22. On the 22nd of the month, run it in reverse, 32, like seemingly this tribute to Exodus 32. You know what I mean? America 32. A lot of gold in America, but not in Fort Knox anymore. Remember, they had that little creeper from Skull and Bones audit Fort Knox for the first time in forever, back when Trump was in office the first time, the day of the total solar eclipse, when the sun represents gold and alchemy, and it was the day we couldn't see the sun. We audit Fort Knox. Pretty sure they stole the gold, you guys, and we're playing with monopoly money over here, and they use it to control our asses. Anyway, again, America 32, 7/4/1776, 32, using the Bible like a playbook, the scripture like the script, 32 sun rays on the Jesuit Order's logo. Should remind you of when Brady went down to Tampa, and Tampa was in every championship they could be in, it all in the same year. And that year, the Dodgers broke the drought of 32 years versus the Rays. 32 sun rays on the Jesuit Order's logo. Who's the Jesuit Order's leader? Superior General 222. 222. So many 222 rituals with the Superior General, like when they reopened the government on his 77th birthday, DC on the 77th meridian with 222 votes. The whole Lake and Hope Riley thing that supposedly got Trump elected, just 222 ritual after 222 ritual, as her supposed killer from Venezuela, just like the Superior General, forfeits his right to a trial on the Superior General's birthday. Remember, she was killed on February 22nd, 2022. Lake and Hope Riley 222. That was the same day Russia went into Ukraine, and Biden addressed the nation at 2:22. Biden also, I realize I have a typo in general, but it's still the right gematria. I got the A before the R. My bad. I got about all of 2 hours of sleep last night. But yeah, the gematria is still right. Superior General 222. Notice Jesuit and Sunday. Women and men both beat Canada 2-1 in overtime. Jesuit and Sunday, 84, 21, 78. 78, Winter Olympics 78. Don't forget what they did to John Thompson, who coached at Georgetown and became the first black coach to win college basketball championship in 84, only to die unexpectedly at age 78. And then they renamed the court after him 66 weeks and 6 days later for a nice little 666 salute, reminding that Jesuit order literally equals Mark of the Beast. By the way, Winter Olympics and the Jesuit order, perfect overlap. Remember, Rome took on the tradition of the Greeks, which is where the Olympics came from, so it would only make sense how all this stuff progresses through time. And just both games going to OT. You got to love that the women won it 4-07 into overtime. I haven't seen the stat for the men. I got to look that up. But the women won it 4-07 into overtime. And again, is this why they sacrifice people? Is this some kind of crazy blood magic? Because I'm starting to think that is really what's going on, as loony as it might sound. But there's a reason they kill all these people, you guys. The Bible talks about sorcery and witchcraft. And like I said, people should read the Bible. I don't subscribe to being part of the religion. I do subscribe to being a good person and pursuing truth and justice and waking up your fellow man and fighting evil and stopping this ritualistic killing. I'm about all that. But I don't subscribe to the dogma of religion. I do realize these people who numbered the Bibles and gave us the language and the calendar and how it all goes back to the church. But yeah, anyway, both games in OT, 35, like Catholic, like Holy See, like Jesuitism. Catholic 35 and 46. It's 46 years to the day of winning the Miracle on Ice over Russia, which is where the Jesuits were preserved once upon a time in their suppression by Catherine the Great with 201 Jesuit priests. And don't forget, JFK, the first Catholic president, number 35, killed on I-35 at age 46. The second Catholic president, Biden, number 46, sacrifices his son at 46, then is elected 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday. And don't forget the 201 ritual with the son either. Dead 201 days before the Pope's birthday. The Jesuit priest, former head of Georgetown with the 201 name, does the funeral for Bo and the inauguration for Joe. Inauguration day was moved to the 201st day of the nation's age, the 20th of January. But yeah, don't forget they humiliated Hunter Biden through his whole administration. Hunter Biden born on the 35th day of the year. JFK killed in the time of Sagittarius, known as the Hunter or the Archer. All this stuff is ritualism. And again, that's what the dopes don't get. I hate Joe Biden. Can you believe his son? You guys are all focused on this shit that doesn't matter. Yeah, it does seem unbelievable. This old senile guy with a crackhead son. But notice they have everybody caught up on that spectacle for 4 straight years. What should you have been focused on for those 4 years? How about the same thing you should be focused on every single day? Your government lies to you. Your government overtaxes you. Your government starts needless wars. Your government poisons you. Your government subsidizes poison, etc., etc., etc. That's what you should be focused on. But instead, you're focused on their bullshit distractions, their bullshit news. Hey, guys, you know what the most important news story is? A news anchor's mom is supposedly missing, and we got it all synced up with the March Madness tournament because she went to Arizona and Jesuit Georgetown. And if you missed all my work on that, you should check it out. Her 84-year-old mom, where she pleaded with the nation 84 days after the Superior General's birthday. You know this story is going to come to a head at any moment. We'll see exactly how they do it. She's 54 years old. You know, she went to Jesuit Georgetown, founded by the 54-year-old John Carroll, like Jesuit orders 54 like son. You know, here we are on a Sunday. Tomorrow's the 54th day of the year. March Madness getting close. So we'll see how long they drag it out for, but it really is all the same. Distractions and rituals and, people that are sound asleep just missing all of it. It's just so obvious, 46 years to the day. All roads lead to Rome. All right, I'm going to be firing up the live stream on Patreon. We're going to see if we can make it another winning day. If you want to join us, the link for Patreon's in the description. And let's see. Jack Hughes. Oh, Jack. Yeah, figures. Okay. Figures. Yeah, born on Israel's birthday. Remember that there is that element to the Jesuits. Some of the founding members were people who converted from the Jays to the Catholicism. Kind of like Candace Owens' husband. He was a Jay who converted to Catholicism along with her. She gets to go on YouTube and talk bad about Jays and make millions of dollars, leading people in all the wrong directions. And think about the way the world is, you guys. I mean, has Candace Owens ever done a single video as good as yours truly? Not even close. I mean, it's not even comparable. She's never even put out anything meaningful. She used to be a right-wing puppet. We've been dropping nothing but truth bombs. And what happens when you drop truth bombs? You get shadow banned. You get deleted 20 sometimes. You get to be in internet obscurity. What happens when you're part of the cabal and you mislead all the morons? You get to make millions of dollars. You know, you get to have hundreds of thousands of people watching your worthless live stream that was never a fraction as good as the first 5 seconds of this video. So anyway, we do fine regardless. I got the cabal cheating me, trying to rob my pockets, keep my work down. They can't stop it though. We persevere anyway. We'd be persevering 10,000 times harder if it wasn't that way. But again, as they say, you can't hold a good man down. Thanks to everyone who hits the like and the share. I'll see you over on the Patreon. Evan, we would love for you to join the Patreon community. You're a great decoder. You should come over, buddy. Evan and I genetically are probably both Jays. It is a genetic predisposition for a lot of Jays to be tight with their money. It's just the way it is. But we still love Evan anyway. But yeah, Evan, we would like to see you on the Patreon helping out the community. You are a great decoder. All right, guys. Until next time, have a good day.